I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to my sponsor, P2 Collectibles, located at 204 East McGalley Road in Muncie and on eBay as well. So next time you're here in Muncie, let us know. Come give us a visit. Didn't you hear Yu-Gi-Oh's a dying game? Sir, didn't you hear Yu-Gi-Oh's a dying game? It's not a dying game. Hey, what is up, y'all? This is Austin Plus 3 TCG, and I'm coming at y'all with a YCS recap / deck profile. Obviously, I played Altergeist for this YCS. This was my first YCS. I enjoyed it. I did have a lot of fun playing Altergeist. However, this was not my first choice. Originally, I was going to play Goki. However, I must have been playing it incorrectly because I felt like the deck just was bricking too much, to where I wasn't opening up the Tri-Gate Gumblar board as consistently as I wanted to. So I wanted to go with something a little more slow and consistent. I consider Altergeist a little more consistent than Goki now because they can do what they do a lot more often than Goki can, in my opinion. Let me know down in the comment sections if you disagree, though. So without further ado, let's just hop right into the profile. Of course, playing 3 Meluseek, can't really argue that. It's just one of the best cards to start with because you can link this away and then get whatever card you need. 3 Altergeist Marionette, another one of the best cards in the deck because this card, once again, gets you anything you need, any trap you need. But all we're playing here is the Protocol and then the Manifestation. So this just gets you either or of those. And Multi-Faker, another card that gets you almost anything you need. Activate a trap, summon this thing, and then summon another card from deck. Really good. Usually Silquetus or Meluseek. I'm playing 2 Silquetus. I drew 2 of this actually way more than I wanted to, and it was kind of difficult playing from there. I could spoofing it, but you have to hard draw into spoofing, and that is a little bit rough. Same thing with Konkiri. You really don't want to draw this unless your hand is really good, because this is just like a battle trap essentially. It doesn't do anything going first, unless you have spoofing, and then you can just add a Multi-Faker back and then plus from there. But without that, a combination of cards, Konkiri opening it is not very good. I actually did need spoofing one time this weekend. I was in the regional flight because I went X3 at the actual YCS, so can't make day 2 doing that. So I just went to the regional flight, and then I guess technically oversighted for the invoked Mech Knight match, and I could have probably spoofed away the Konkiri, but yeah, that was the scenario I was talking about. Opening Konkiri's ass, but unless you open spoofing. Opening this is not ass though. Ash Blossom is really good. You usually just like trying to activate this on like Shared Ride or Shizuku, things of that nature really, because that was what I was worried about most, was Sky Striker. So I just wanted to save it for those. It didn't always work out because, man, they can push through stuff, let me tell you. Ogre, that was really for the multi-roll. I used it on the field spell once because there wasn't much. It was either stop the field spell, let him get Ray, and then flip my Rivalry, and then just let him sit on Ray with nothing to do. And I ended up winning that game. That is the monsters. Oh, by the way, I don't recommend ever Ghost Ogreing the field spell, but in his case, in that very certain case, it was the right move to make. And we're playing only 4 spells. 1 Desires and 1 Duality. You really don't want... I saw someone playing 3 Desires at one point in time, and I just don't know if I agree with that because we're playing cards that you absolutely need. And I say that, but you can still win games without Silquetus And that's what I'm talking about, is if you banish the Silquidus, it's kind of rough to play. You can still win, it's just not as ideal. So the draw cards aren't, I don't want to say they're not as necessary. Obviously, draw cards are really good. However, there are so many pieces in here that you don't want to banish. I think it is okay to just play 1 and 1. Essentially, you're playing 2 draw cards. It's one of those, I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but if you see it, it's really good. If you don't see it, it's all right. And if you see duality with Meluseek, that is just the worst feeling in the world, because you want to link your duality, or you want to link your Meluseek away, but if you activate this first, it's a wrap. Can't really do much of that. So that's why I only play 1 and 1, and then 2 Called by the Grave. Wish it was 3, but whatever, it's all right. We just really need our Meluseek to go through, and we absolutely need spoofing to go through. So I was usually only using this. If they stopped a Meluseek, that's cool. I'm not gonna Call by the Grave if my hand is decent enough. But if they spoofing, if they like ogre or Aster spoofing, it's a wrap. It's hard. You just want minus. If they ogre, you just want minus 2. Well, I guess minus 1 because they lost a card in their hand, but it's not good because usually you're spinning away something that is a potential brick or a double, but you just lost 2 cards if they ogre it. So that's why you got to save Call by the Grave for the hand traps when they're stopping your spoofing, and if you don't have spoofing, then yeah, Meluseek. And then 3 protocol. I see some people playing 2. I feel like you really want to see this card. If you open this card in a multi-faker, it's really good. You just need chainable traps, and not maxing out on this, even though Marionetter is essentially another copy of this. You would rather open the protocol than open the manifestation, and that's why I maxed out on the protocol, because if you open it and multi-faker, or if you open it, multi-faker, and Marionetter, oh my goodness, that's so good, because then you can just set up manifestation plays. I already have the protocol, and usually you're good to go. Like I said, I'm playing 2 manifestation, playing 2 of this, I just don't think is correct, or playing 1 of this. While the numbers are there, you're gonna be able to see it with Marionetter, I guess. I would still rather not banish this off the Desires, and I think it is viable at 2. I'm playing 3 personal spoofing. It's an easy side out card going second, and sometimes even going first when you just need to side in cards. It is kind of an engine piece. I don't always recommend siding out going first, but there are some times where, like, if you're playing Trickstars or something, they're playing a ton of hand traps. Personal spoofing just isn't going to get you there because they're going to Ash it, or they're going to ogre it, and you just don't want that to happen. I'm only playing 2 impermanents. Your boy doesn't have 3, otherwise I would have played 3. And that Rivalry would have probably become 2, and then the impermanents would become 3. Rivalry underperformed this weekend. Oh boy. The only time this was really good was when they activated Hornadrones, and because really this is all for like, this card really helps your Sky Striker matchup, helps, like, I guess the Trickstar Mech Knight and the Trickstar Mech Knight matchup. I don't know. I still lost that matchup because Rivalry, they just they did their Mech Knight plays first, so then they would just tag out their Mech Knights, and I don't know. It didn't perform as well as I thought it was going to. Maybe side it and then put in, I don't know, like Heavy Storm Duster or something like that. And then the last floodgate. This was the auto win though. Imperial Order, that was golden. If I drew that, I was usually winning the game. I actually don't think I lost the game when I opened Imperial Order, because most decks just can't really handle that. However, I did open Imperial Order a lot, and it didn't almost always get MST. I would say half the time. So even though I was activating this during those games and it was getting destroyed by MST, I was still winning those games. Because they were having to out this floodgate instead of my other floodgates. 2 strike and the Judgment Warning package. I see that some people don't even play the Solemn Strikes, and I think there's a lot of value in the pure matchup, as well as Goki's, because Goki's was still had a pretty strong presence, and I almost regret not playing Goki, because I am much more comfortable with Goki than I am with Altergeist, but I just didn't want to brick. I didn't want to lose to a brick when I have to play potentially 12 rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh! But I didn't make it to day 2, so it's alright. So that's the main deck. Extra, we're playing 3 Hexia. The third one actually never came up, but in theory it does. But I might just cut it back to 2, because one of these could have been a either an Akashic or a triple burst. Akashic would have helped me with the pointing down arrow, because sometimes when you summon Clara and you're in your main phase 2, because you're searching Clara, or you're summoning Clara over Linkuriboh because of rivalry. So if you have the chance to go into main phase 2 after you have Meluseek on the field, just Clara, that's a spellcaster, flip rivalry, and then you can play. But there were times where Clara kind of screwed me over because it was pointing up and I needed to be pointing down. So yeah, I might cut one of those for an Akashic or triple burst, probably Akashic though. Print Banshee, never made, so I'm probably going to cut it. So I could probably cut, well, one each of the Altergeist extra deck monsters for probably an Akashic and a triple burst, because I think triple burst would have helped out a lot with the Sky Striker matchup. I know it would have. Linkuriboh, pretty standard. Clara, like I just said. Phoenix came up a couple times. Unicorn came up a couple times. Trisbania never came up, but it would have been decent against Sky Strikers. Borload. I still got the chance to summon either of these two monsters. And then everything else is just a Cherry's target. Kagari. Isolde, never saw it. Double Helix, never. Oh, I did see that deck round 1, and I did end up winning, but I just had all the answers to their stuff. They had a pretty good opening hand. I just had the answers. Mechaba, which actually came in clutch once. I cherried their Mechaba as they activated Invocation. It was a good feeling. What wasn't good is I still lost that I won that game, but then we went to game 3 and just bricked. Not much you can do when you draw. No Altergeist. And then Dante for the BA, because BA actually did a thing. Again, imagine that. 3 Inspector Borders. This is pretty much game against Trickstar or the mirror match. 3 Cherries. This was very underwhelming. 3 evenly matched. Board wipes, pretty self-explanatory. Twin Twister, and then 3 Mind Crush. This is something I kind of wish I would have mained. And then maybe switch the Mind Crush for the Rivalry, because Rivalry really was only good in not True Draco matchups, the Goki matchup, and like Sky Striker, Trickstar, or anything that had multiple types, I guess. But it underperformed, I guess. I kind of wish it was a Mind Crush. But yeah, that's the deck profile, y'all. It was a pretty fun event. Round 1 was Spirals. Round 2 was Hero. Round 3 and 4 were Striker. Round 5 was what was that? Round 5 was that like weird. It was like that 60 card Hero thing, and I had never even heard of that card. I didn't even know what Hero Kid was. I had no idea what was going on. All I know is he extra linked. Or not actually, he went to Gumball Army game 1, and I'm like, fuck this, I can't let him see what I'm playing. Game 2, I just stopped the wrong stuff because I didn't know what the deck did, and he proceeded to win. And round 6 was Sky Striker. Round 7 was Trickstar, and by that time I was X3, so I just dropped and then went to side events the next day. Some thoughts about the event, though, I wanted to talk about were the amount of people that came. For a game that is supposedly dying, there were a lot of people there. There were 2,700 people there, 1,300 people on pre-reg day, and I think that had a lot to do, if none of y'all have heard about this, I think that had a lot to do with how slow the event went. Oh my god, y'all. Time rules mean nothing at YCSs. You can go ahead and get your match done in 40 minutes, but the judges and the event coordinators are going to take an additional 30 minutes, which is exactly what happened. I don't know if that was supposed to happen, but at this YCS, each round took an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half. So maybe, I know Konami or any event coordinator probably aren't going to watch this. It's a pretty small channel. However, that was unacceptable. If you made the time rules to essentially help the community get out of the event sooner, why the fuck did that happen? So that was probably my biggest pet peeve of the event, was that time didn't matter. Even if you were, the time rules The time rules matter for us, but apparently for Konami and the event coordinators, it did not matter. There was a lot of match slip mess ups too, I understand that. But I don't know. I still think it was very unacceptable that each round was taking an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half. So hopefully next time at YCS's, or the next YCS, that doesn't happen. Let me know if you know exactly what was going on down on the YCS, why there was so much time that was just being wasted. Let me know down in the comment section if you have any information on that. Maybe you could update us, the community. But yeah, thank you for watching, y'all. This is Alex on Plus 3 TCG. Signing out.